Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I am working on a little project. These are the blanks that I got off of Amazon. You just have to fold them. They've already been scored for you, so it's pretty easy. And they do come with their own envelopes as well. So I thought I'd sit down, and I need 5. I'm thinking I need 5. And I decided to go with cards like this. So I've started making them. I've got this background and this gnome. I've got this background and this lady gnome, and they're a little bit cloudy because they've got gesso over top of them. And I've got this one with this little girl on here. They're not done. They're not done, but they're drying right now. So I thought I'd show you how I got to that point. So I have my blank. I'm just going to give it a fold. And then I have the Gnomes in Winter Wonderland and Backgrounds book from Mary Me's Small Art. And I thought, because I love this book, I absolutely love this. And I just might do this one. So I think what I'm going to do is just continue cutting across. And then I'm going to tear this page out like that. I'm going to trim this down to just a little wee bit smaller than my card. On these ones here, I put a little wee edge around them. There, so I've kind of got it straightened up. I think that's the hardest part. And then I'm just going to take my gel medium and I'm going to glue this down on here like this. I'm going to hold this down. Then I'm just going to take my brush, put some medium on it. I'm going to lift this up. And I'm going to do the bottom half of this. So I'm just going to spread my gel medium. And I just wanted to show you how stinking easy it is with these books to make your own homemade cards. Because these books come available in all kinds of themes, in holidays, I mean, you can get them for Valentine's Day. You can get them, of course, for Christmas. These are just winter ones, but they do Christmas just fine. And you can get them for all the seasons. There's a stories, like a spring stories, summer stories, autumn stories, winter stories. I've got all those. And that's just the books from Mary Me's Small Art. You can get these books from so many artists that are absolutely beautiful. That's not quite straight, but that's okay. I'm going to go around and edge these with ink, I think, when I'm done. So now I want to put something here. So let's go through and find these are a little bit big, but aren't they adorable? She's beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful, but she's too big for this size of a card. These are kind of tiny. I do have a little one on one of my cards, but I love this. I think I'm going to put her on there. So I'm going to put her right down here. Isn't she adorable? just so stinking cute. So to put them down, because I need a layer of gesso on the front anyway, I've just been using my little tray, putting a little bit of gesso down here. And I figure I may as well stick this down while I'm covering the front of my card with gesso. And then once I've got her glued down, I just pick up my card and I brush out the rest of the card with the gesso. And this is gonna seal it and give it a workable finish in case I want to do anything else to it. And you don't have to worry if the gesso is cloudy. As long as it says clear gesso, it's gonna dry clear. And then I just set it aside to dry. So I'm gonna do one more. Oh, I love the windows. I think I wanna do a window. Yes, isn't that pretty? So I'm gonna glue this down. It really grabs quick, so you have to try to get that on there straight. I'm just pressing it down really good, making sure that there's no air bubbles. There's very few wrinkles. I think I've got one little wrinkle on one of the cards. And there's a little one. Paper stretches when it gets wet. That's why it wrinkles when you go to glue it down. But if you've got something like the medium on here, there's very little wrinkling and it'll kind of smooth out when it dries. So I don't worry too much about tiny little wrinkles. And now I'm gonna look for, oh, I gotta put something on here. Sorry about my squeaky chair again. I think I've explained about it before, but I'm not sure what kind of an image I want. This card is just really pretty on its own. I love her, absolutely. And she's the right coloring. It's that pretty blue with a little bit of pink in her shorts. I think that's the one. Okay, for a second I thought maybe I would put her in the middle, but I think she blocks too much of the window, and the window is absolutely just gorgeous. So I think I'm gonna put her down here. You can still see a little bit of the mushrooms there, but you can see all the mushrooms on this side, and you can see the biggest part of the window. Or should I put her up and put her as far over this way as I can put her, like this? She could be standing right up on that ledge. So that's where I'm gonna put her. So let's grab that tray with my gesso on it again and put some right down this edge so that I can get her laid down here. Let's get her feet down. And then let's kind of do the rest of her. Oops. Keep you straight. I want her standing up nice and straight. Gosh, she's so pretty. She just looks like she was on that card there to start with. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to let these dry. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and I'll be back in about, 2 seconds. So I want to keep these cards really simple. I have 2 birthdays coming up, and these cards, these greeting cards, these could be for Christmas. They could just be a winter themed thank you note. They can become a birthday card. There's all kinds of things that we can do with these cards. So I'm going to finish 2 of them, and I have twin sisters, and their birthday is coming up, and these have to be mailed out next week if they want to get there in the region of their birthday, which is what I want, hopefully just before their birthdays. And yes, I think I'm going to keep these 3 so that I have them on hand, and I am going to finish up these 2. Now I want some edging just around the outside of these. I think I'm going to use this dark walnut stain. Am I? I'm just going to do a teeny tiny little bit. Yes. I'm just going to go around the outside edge of these. Just like that. And then I want a little bit of that color to come up onto the paper. So I am going to do something, I'm hoping it will work. I'm going to grab a little round brush, dip a little bit of it in my water. I'm going to take a dot off. And then I'm just going to smudge this just to get rid of the white edge that I have there. Now this might not be to your taste, but I just don't want this raw edge, and I have a little bit more of the white showing at the bottom. I'm going to brush it right up onto the boots almost. Now that's kind of smudged around the outside edge. This is kind of my style. I like them a little bit grungy. So I've got my edge done, and I'm grabbing out my Inktense pencils. 3 new pencils I got, and I paid almost $7 a pencil, guys. That's the cost of them in Canada to buy a single pencil off of Amazon. I've been to 3 different Michaels stores because they say they carry them, but I can't find them. None of them have got them in stock. So I don't know what's going on there, but I got a burnt umber, I got a natural brown, and I got a nightshade. So I'm going to take this natural brown. I might switch to the burnt umber. I haven't really figured these out very much yet. And let me see, I need a little tray to get some of this ink on. So if you didn't know, the Inktense pencils are actually ink. They're not a watercolor pencil. And then I want I'm gonna do some smudging across like this, some smudging across underneath it and a little bit in this corner. So I'm finishing out the bottom just a little. That will dry lighter than this. I wonder if I try the burnt umber, if it's a darker shade. I'm new to these pencils, so I'm not used to the color yet. I think the burnt umber might be closer to the color that I want. Yes, a darker brown. I wanted it to be more the color of the stump. And that's what it is. So I'm kind of drawing it across here and across here because I don't want a straight line. More like that. And I'm going to let that one dry. I'm going to put a little down here in this corner and brush it this way. Again, trying to match the color in the log. The burnt umber is a better match for that. And I think this might be a little better too, to just use it around the edge. It matches the colors in the cards a little bit better. So that's what I'm going to do. So do I like that better? Yes, I do. I like that much better. Okay, so this needs to dry for just a couple minutes. Then I am going to put a bit of white splatter on here to mimic a bit of a snowfall. I am going to get my sheet of wax paper. This is actually a cereal box liner. I am going to put both my cards down here and then I'm going to splatter them. But this is just to keep the spray from going all over my table. And I'm going to give my splatter a shake. This is just acrylic paint mixed with water. I'm going to get some paint on my brush. And I think that's perfect because gnomes love the snow. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think gnomes love the snow. So I have a little wee fleck on her face. I'm just going to take that off. And I think those cards are done as far as the front goes. I'm going to do a little stamping on the inside of the card. And I will be back and show you the finished product. So these are the finished cards. Look at the snow on there. I think it's beautiful. I love putting white splatter, fairly heavy, on a winter themed card. I did a mistake there when I was stamping, and when I put my stamp down, there was a little bit on the edge, not on the stamp, but on the outside of the block. So all I put inside was "How old? Are you kidding me? And did you really think I would forget?" And I did the same thing on both of them. Here's the outside of the other card. I just love the snowy effect. And these 3 cards I am going to leave. There's this one, and then this one, and then this one. And depending on what I'm going to use them for. So like I said, they could be changed very easily into a Christmas card, into just a winter themed a thank you, or even an invitation. And they can be done up as birthday cards. You could do all sorts of greeting cards with this type of a picture on the front. And this was done, I'm going to put these 3 up here so that you can see them, and these 2. And these were all done using backgrounds from the Gnomes in Winter Wonderland and Backgrounds book, and then adding a gnome onto the front of each card that I thought suited the picture that I chose in the background. Simple. So simple. Anybody can do this. This is just cut and glue. Yeah, this is grade school stuff, guys. You can do this. You absolutely can. Get yourself a book that you love for each season, and you could do postcards, greeting cards, bookmarks, tags, all things that are small art but are really usable, things that you can gift, and you can really make use of your little pieces of art, and you can have fun doing the whole cut and glue thing. Grade school easy. With that being said, if you love the idea of doing simple, easy greeting cards that can be used for several different occasions, please give the video a thumbs up. Also comment down below. Let me know what you think of the book, The Gnomes in Winter Wonderland. Do you love it as much as I do? And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would love if you would just go do that right now. Just hit that subscribe button. Help a girl out. Help me grow my channel. I'll see everyone in the next video. Until then, bye-bye for now, everyone. Have a really wonderful day.